So guys, I had done my pattern here. I had drafted it. I've done my bustier, my neck tightening, my yoke tightening. I've done my back. I've done everything necessary. This works for any pattern. It is not necessary you're using Natalie Bray like I am using Natalie Bray. So now I label this place center front and use an arrow to indicate the upper part, and this place side front using an arrow to indicate the upper part. So I would like to blend this my nipple point so it does not come out pointy as it is looking. So now the next thing is to know is to locate your neck height, and you locate it from your nipple point how high you want your neck to be, and you connect it to the point where that your plunging will reach. So my plunging would reach my under bust, so I'm connecting that my neck height to my under bust, which separates the upper part as yoke. But you do that for the side front too. You locate how high you want your neck to be, and you connect it to the armhole like this. So now on to cutting. I would slash this place like so. This will allow me to fold my tightenings. I don't know how you will do yours, because you might be using a different pattern as I am now, but it doesn't matter. We are just going to watch this and follow the step. So you blend that line and you use scissors to cut it. You cut the neck out. So you separate your center front and you separate your side front. You cut it out carefully through those lines you had marked, and that's it. And for the yoke, I would now fold my yoke to yoke tightenings. Now I folded neck to neck before, but this is yoke to yoke now. So this pattern will help us cut our skin net out. I don't know, some people do their skin net without tightness. It depends on how it works for you. So now I'm going to locate my neck. The shoulder of the client is 15 divided by 7.5. So I removed 4.5 for the width of the neck. 4.5 minus 7.5, that's 3. So I'm going to mark 3, and I'm going to connect it back to that armhole point like so. So yeah, I'm going to rub that off. This is our new armhole now. So for our neck depth, I would like to use 3.5. This depends on the style you are making. So I'm connecting, then I'll go ahead to cut out my yoke. I cut it out to the under bust part. So you notice that this place is not aligning, so I'm going to use a paper to through it. So I'm just going to add a paper and connect it again, and I'll cut it out. So here I had cut it out already and use paper tape to secure it. So let's put our pattern if it is making sense. Yes, this is how it is supposed to be. I'm using an arrow to indicate my nipple point so that it doesn't get misplaced. So here I had cut out my lace and my doll face. So this is it. For center front, I didn't do cut on fold. Please note, I did not do cut on fold for center front. I slashed it open. So that means we're having two center fronts like that, and we're having two side fronts. So normally we do have three parts for the upper parts, but now in this case it is four because there's a slash at the middle. So we have a center front and side front for one side for the left side, and we have center front and side front for the right side. Coming to my sewing machine now, so I'm going to sew center front and side front for one side. I am going to sew that place. I'd used my lace to laminate my dolphins already, so we're good to go. let's start sewing. Please, I always like to indicate my nipple point so that when I'm sewing this cup aspect, I get it exactly the way it is supposed to be. Your nipple point is matching, is corresponding. You don't have one panel that is longer than the other. Please always make sure that you notch your nipple point before you sew, and that's it. You notch any curved sewing you have made. Notch, 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 so that it relaxes. And that's it. Look at how pointy it is, and it was just wording I added. So for the yoke now, I had cut my yoke. I used that pattern to cut it. I did cut on fold for that place, and I added half inches seam allowance around it. So I did two because I would like to double it. I want to sew it together first. So now I will teach you something that is called French sewing. We added half inch seam allowance round, but if you are sewing this neck first, you are going to sew 0.25. Yes, you heard me right. So 0.25 first, like so. This style will not have any sleeve, so I'll be turning that armhole side too. I'm sewing 0.25 too, but if yours have sleeve, just leave it. I'm going to attach sleeve to it, no need of sewing anything again. Yes, this kind of method secures your skin net. You know, some people will go to party once and their skin net will start ripping off, the seam will start losing. In this method, you won't see anything like that. So once you sew 0.25, trim it to the tiniest bit, like trim it very very well. I'm going to trim it. So once you trim it, turn it to the other side. This side, you are going to pick another 0.25. We picked 0.25 at first. This is the second 0.25, making 0.5 inch. So this place becomes our wrong side again. This means that you had double stitch your neck, so it has two sewings now. Even if it is going to tear, he's not going to gree for you. Kò ní tear lágbára Ọlọ́run. So you sew the armhole place to 0.25 again. And there you go. You are turning it to the right side now. So here I had pressed it and that's that side. We are just going to use our sewing machine to secure that side.